What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we're talking about WTK, Wadzpay. This one's from Jason Crypto Moon. This is a request that you've brought us, my man, so without any further ado, let's just get into it. I was looking at the market cap a little bit here on it, and it's got a, on coin market cap instead of CoinGecko, because CoinGecko didn't have it, but coin market cap has WTK at about, what is it? I think it was at 7 million if we're looking at it. Yeah, 7.7, let's call it an $8 million market cap. Something like this is 1,000xable. It genuinely could 1,000x. To put it in perspective, a 1,000x means you could take $100 and turn it into $100,000, right? So that is insane gains for sure. But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's possible, right? Where Bitcoin itself, we go back here, Bitcoin has a $507 billion market cap. The odds of this thing 1,000xing in this cycle, it's slim to none. Like that's just not going to happen. If the dollar was to super mega hyperinflate in the course of the next cycle, well then sure, that could happen. But I mean, that would take a lot, man. It really would take a lot. So just because this thing's 1,000xable, it is possible, doesn't mean that it's like worthy of it, right? And it doesn't mean that it even has to stop there. It doesn't mean that it even has to get halfway there. I'm just saying it's a mathematical possibility. Is it a probability? I don't know. We're going to get into it. And I really don't know too much about this thing personally. I've actually looked a little bit into it, and I can see that this day here, this all-time high, actually, it's on first day mania. I went onto the hourly and even saw it's like literally the first hour this thing opened. So I'm not going to include this high. I do feel comfortable taking this high though. Nope, that's not the right. There we go. Let's see here. Let me just see, because I actually haven't measured it from this high yet. I don't know. You're showing some respect. I mean, you tipped the 886 right there, but this was before. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that, but you did the 382. You're holding it pretty well. 236. You're even showing a little bit of respect. From here, you are showing respect on the 382. I would say definitely showing respect on it, and potentially showing respect on the 236. I think that you could go a little bit lower, maybe to 1.33 cents before going higher. This overall structure does look productive. It looks like you're in some kind of ascending structure overall. You have like a flat top here and an ascending low formation. Yes, this low is lower than that low. That's not necessarily encouraging at the moment, but this volume looks kind of nice, for this chart. If you were to have a positive reaction with this orange to white line here, the sweet spot, the 618 to the 69, that's around like 7.1 to 9.8 cents. If you were to have a positive reaction with this, then I would say that prices upwards to $5, maybe at least $1.25 would be possible and even likely. And I'll show you what I mean by a positive reaction, right? So it looks like you're having this, right? You've got your high, your low, your higher high. Even if it goes lower than this, you still have a higher low. What you'd want to do is, if you get up into this area and you reject it, that's fine. That's okay. There can still be a positive reaction. Just find support on a previous area that you found resistance, right? If you could find support down there, that'd be nice. Or if you found support on the 0.5, even better. Or if you didn't find resistance up here, you actually went straight through it, came back down and found support on it, that would be the best case scenario. So there's a couple different ways to positively react. A negative reaction would be something like you come down and then you break through your 236, you form a lower low. You're no longer doing that, right? Or you do something where you do still have a higher low, but then you form a lower high and then you go down like this. That'd be a negative reaction. Or you get a positive looking reaction, but then you reject it twice. If you do something like that, or maybe you bounce off the 0.5, you're still maintaining higher lows. Doing something like that to me would imply that you do find turbulence in this area. It doesn't take out the complete possibility that this could happen, but the likelihood of going up to these areas go away the more that you find resistance at this line. Okay. It's a lot more likely to get up here without finding immediate resistance if you can just break straight through it. But if you do find resistance on it, there's still a good chance you could go up here. But the more resistance you do find, the less likely these numbers become, the more likely these numbers become. So just keep all that in mind. All right, we're going to go way back here. So with that, we're on the weekly, looking at this thing on the RSI. RSI neutral, kind of weak looking, kind of not the best looking. But whatever, that's most of crypto right now, so that's okay. Here, I need to fix this. Let's see. My mic has been acting up. My daughter yanked the cord, man. She like yanked it really hard. She didn't mean to, of course. She's just a little toddler, but sucks. It really sucks because it's sensitive. I have to have it like up. You know how it is sometimes when you have a shitty cord and you have to like finagle it. Anyways, back to the TA. Looking at this thing, oh man, RSI actually kind of looks like it might be bottoming here, which is nice for price, right? Okay, whatever. You don't have any bullish divergence, but that's okay. It'd be nice to see, but that's not necessary. Bottoming out in an area that you've bottomed out before. You know, you even have like 2 touches right here where you've had a bottoming out area before, just slightly lower. Now you're higher. You do have hidden bearish divergence, which is not encouraging, but all you would need to do to take away the hidden bearish divergence is get one day to close above 1.44 cents, and here you are at 1.41. So it really wouldn't take too much to negate this hidden bearish divergence. And coming out of the oversold zone like this, I think that could set you up, man, for a nice recovery. Let's see, top to bottom here. Yeah, you could make a move up to about 1.74 cents, maybe even up to 2.13. Let's see, that would be anything from like about a 23% gain all the way up to even like a 50% gain, and potentially more. If this is the low itself, it could potentially be more. With the way that like most crypto is looking right now, I don't know if I would expect that you do get a higher high, maybe just another lower high, and then move down. It's hard to say with this specifically. Let me give it a better. Let's see. I don't know. You got some proving to do before I'm convinced that you don't go lower than this, but it's possible. It is possible. Again, the weekly doesn't look too good. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the long-term RSI real quick. You are below the 50, and the 50 actually does, or the long-term RSI does. It looks better than the price, but it kind of looks weak to me. Yeah, it looks like you're breaking out of this like parabolic upward trend here. You can see it's got a nice curve in it, and you broke out of it here. Generally, stuff like that, you would see bigger moves down. So maybe you come back. Let's see. Again, back on the weekly here. Hard to say where to take this fib from. I'm going to take it from this low here just to keep it relative. Bottom to top there. Yeah, you really could go lower. That would make sense to me to go to the 618, 69 area. In between about 1.33 cents to 1.18 cents, somewhere in that range. If not even potentially lower. It seems like you like your 886. Let's see. Let's go and see what this last one did here. Bottom to top. Yeah, you broke right down. You went to your 786 actually. So, I mean that could happen as well. So maybe, and you went over here, right? If you took it from this top to that bottom, this is an 886 retracement, but it was beforehand. Again, I keep forgetting this. That might not be relevant. Really hard to say. I definitely think it goes lower. I think, you know, if I had to just be completely frank here to just wrap it all up, I think you are on your way to form another lower high, and then you're going to go lower, maybe lower than this low, probably not lower than this low. And at this point in time, I would say your highest likelihood would be that it is yet another higher low, so probably somewhere around here, wherever the more immediate 618 to 0.69 is. But you also keep in mind, seem to like deeper retracements with this thing. So you could go to the 786 or the 886. There's not a whole lot of historical data to go off of, so it's kind of hard to say. But 786, 886 is even possible. You are at 1.41 cents right now. That leaves you with a couple of possibilities. You could drop down, you know, maybe like 5 to 15%. You could drop down 29%, or 28%, I mean, and then you could also drop about 40%. But I wouldn't think that you would drop too much lower than that. At this point in time, I very much would consider that this low is just a higher low from here, and then that this low will be a higher low than that. That's my consideration at the moment. I don't really have anything else I need to say, I think, about this. Let me see here real quick. From bottom to bottom. You're breaking out of this line now. Yeah, whatever. That's okay. I don't hold too much on diagonal lines. I more hold like horizontal lines themselves. You know, we can get rid of all this stuff, and we can kind of see if we go on a daily. Let's see here. Let's see. You know, you've got some nice support right here, right? Support, resistance, support, support. A little bit of resistance and support over here. So you really could come down to about this area. And again, what is that on a fib basis from the small? Nope, that's not where I want it, but we'll fix it. Bottom to top. That's right below. Yeah, you really could. You really could, especially being that this is such a low cap coin. I think that you could go around 1 cent, if not lower. I'm going to say that. Again, just to wrap it up in a nice pretty bow, probably from here form a lower high, and then from there you go down to about 1 cent, probably a little bit lower than 1 cent, somewhere in that area is what I would expect. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. This thing potentially has good things in store for it in the future, but it definitely needs to go down, or probably will go down. Doesn't need to do anything, but it probably will go down in the meantime after it has this little move up. Let's see. And then if and when it goes that low, you could see a move that, you know, from about, let's say you go to 1 cent exactly, like 1.02 right there. You know, you could see a move that is over a 100x, right? That would be a 112x, almost a 113x at this 1272. That'd be the minimum expectation. You could even see a 500 and something x right here at the 1618, and then potentially even higher than that. This thing is definitely 1000xable. It has that potential to do so. By the end of this bull market, it really could, because it's such a low cap coin. But that doesn't mean that it's going to. There's plenty of low cap coins that end up being nothing. You know, I don't know too much about this one personally, and I can't think of any reason why it would deserve market caps that high, but it's not on too many exchanges, is it? WTK, USD, it's just on BitTrue and some dexes right now, so, or a dex, one dex. So if more centralized exchanges were trying to acquire this thing to sell to their clientele, you could definitely see some ridiculous shit happen with this, man. But then once you get those listings, you know, give or take, like either that day or like within the months to come, it probably will, you know, take a shit after that. But who knows? Who knows? That's a long ways out from now. For now, I'll just keep it at up a little bit and then down, probably lower lows. That's my genuine assumption. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Adios. Buenas noches. Goodbye.